Hey guys, Buck here, BTM Scale Modeling, and welcome back to another week on the bench. Just a disclaimer, I planned on uploading this earlier today. It is Saturday. As you guys know, I'm in training for a marathon, so I went and did a 13-mile run today, a half marathon, and let's just say kicked my butt, and went ahead and took a nap because I'm on overnight, so I went and ran before, and neither here nor there. So I am getting this put together now. Just to let you guys know, this week we did get quite a bit more done, and yes, we are finally moving on to work on planning and getting lighting installed. So I'm not going to take away from the video on that. I'll let you guys see how the week progressed. Excuse me. Also, I want to thank all the new subscribers to my channel. Guys, awesome. Glad you could be a part of my kit building, and hopefully I impart some knowledge. If you guys have some knowledge that you think I can do something a little bit better, or you found an easier technique, please leave it in the comment section. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Let me say hi. Also, like I said to the new guys, also to everybody else, please, if there's something you need to see more, a technique that I've done that you'd like a little more explanation on or expanded on, please put it in the comment section. I usually respond within 12 to 24 hours. But with that being said, I'm going to shut up now and let's get to the bench. Okay guys, it's Sunday and we're back at it. So while I'm still doing work on the secondary hull, I have decided to start paint blocking. So as you guys can see, I've got the first initial coat in. Basically my process is I still use a gray primer, and then after that dries, I go back in with this black to get it all, make sure it gets into all those nice little crooks and crevices. And then what I'm going to do, and I'll show you guys when it's done, is we'll go in with flat white or a little bit of gloss white. I got that. Do that. So you ask, what's the best way to do paint blocking or light blocking? Well guys, like I said, I work at Home Depot, so I got a pretty good range of paints to grab from, and I use the rattle cans for most of the inside work because it's quicker, it's easier. This Rust-Oleum lays down a lot better than trying to airbrush the inside, so that's what I use, is a rattle can. So guys, I'm gonna let this keep drying, and when we come back I will show you the next part of light blocking. We'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Monday afternoon and doing a little more work before head in tonight. Did want to show you, got the final photo etch done on the engineering part, the warp coil ejection system. Pretty interesting. It worked out pretty well. This is just styrene sheet, and then I laid the photo etch on top of it. I also went back through and I marked out the doors with my handy T.B.I scribing tool, so give it a little more definition. And I went ahead and did a primary coat of primer gray just to check out, make sure anything else I need to do. By far this is not the finishing coat. As you can see, the overspray of what I started doing is the light block. And guys, this is a very simple technique I use. Basically all I do is I go in and show you here on the bigger one. All I do is I go in and I primer it, let that dry, then I spray paint with black, let that dry, then I go in with white, let that dry, and then my final touch is I will seal it all in with a clear coat. So this is ready for lighting. As you can see, I went ahead and did a small dust, went ahead and primed it. I just want to look for little odds and ends that I need to fix, do a little sanding if I have to. But guys, we're getting ready to start the lighting work. So every piece that I need to put light to has been primed except for the nacelles, which I am starting to work on. I got to do cleanup and doing my plan. I've already got the holes drilled for the marker lights, but in essence, we are ready to move on to the next stage. So Again, light block, because I'm going to have to run a strip of LED here to do the windows, and then run in my SMDs for the marker and navigation strobe. So guys, with that, I'm going to keep working. I'm probably going to get the nacelles done first. I'm probably going to do all of the nacelle work because that's the tightest spot that I have to run into. As you can see, kind of lay these out here. As you can see, these are all going to go in like so. And then the nacelles, if I actually turn them right, the nacelles will go like so. So what I have to do is I have to run the marker lights, have to run the LED strip, I have to do the effect for the warp effect, I have to run LEDs into here for the impulse engines, and then run all the wiring through to here out this way. Plus I have to add the SMDs for the navigation strobe and the light on the back for the window, observation window. So guys, still quite a bit of work to go, but we're getting ever closer. Just a little side note too, I'm going to run a small SMD right here off of the neck. Rewatching the series, I do notice there's a navigation strobe right there also. We still need to drill out holes for the photon torpedo launchers and drill out for where I'm going to put the phaser LED. But guys, it's getting ever closer, so I'm going to get back at it and talk to you when we come back with more show. Hey guys, it's Friday evening and we're doing a little work before I get to go into work for my last night shift of the week. We're at that point where I'm starting to prep up lighting, so I got a collage of mess right here. Just show you what I've gotten done so far, guys. So I'm really liking being able to put the model on the display stand and take it off. I know I learned a valuable lesson when I did the Enterprise, and I've talked with some people, and I went ahead and put my power attachment just so I know where I want to put it. I will take it off to finish up some painting and stuff. The consensus is we're going to go where the model was designed when he goes on the display stand. So we're going to put it there. And like I said, I really like it. Like I said, once I get the whole kit together, I'm going to start testing it. I'll put in my tube and put the test fit the model up, and then we'll test the balance out. But that's what it's going to look like. I love how it's just smooth and neat on the bottom. Also, I went ahead and did the bulkhead. You can find it on the Sci-Fi Fantasy page if you go under Star Trek group builds or reference photos. It's in a group, especially on the Voyager. You go in, a guy designed this bulkhead, and basically all I did was I cut the template out. I cut a small piece of styrene out. Then I went to a thicker piece, probably a 1/4 inch here, if not more. And basically, let me get out of here a little bit so you can see this. So basically all it does is it just fits in like so. And what that does is it blocks the rest of the light strip back here from the deflector dish. Now I still have to design and figure out, hold on here, let me find my pieces, for the photon torpedo tubes, because they're going to be lit. And as you can tell, as soon as I put this piece in, there we go. So basically this is how this is going to go. Let me get some camera work here. Basically this is how it's going to go. I do have some seam work I have to do, but as you can see, the torpedo launchers just sit slightly above the rest of the deflector bulkhead there. So basically I'm probably just going to run my LEDs right on top here, maybe bring it down a little bit, cut into the bulkhead so I can run my LEDs back into here, my power lines. So there's that. Still playing with it. Still might have to do some shaping because, as you can tell, this fits pretty well tight, but with the bulkhead in, it's kind of pushing the hull out, so I just need to shape it a little bit more to bring it in tighter. And that's, you know, that's easy. It's just taking down the edges a little bit. But that's what that's going to do. So I'll put my deflector dish ramp up bulb right here, and the board will be up in the saucer section. So what I'm working on now is still planning out lighting, especially when it comes to the aft part of the ship with the navigation lights and the strobes and the warp nacelles. So here's my issue. With the warp nacelles, we know they're lit. We've seen in several episodes that while they don't have a strobe marker, they are lit with green and red. Now I've thought about running my 1.8 to them, but the more I look at it, the more it kind of doesn't feel scale to me. It seems a little too big. So my plan is, with the lighting kit I got from Ralph in the boards, there's 5 red SMDs and 5 green SMDs. So basically it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 on the nacelle. What I'm planning on doing is the 2 SMDs for the saucer, then the 2 SMDs for the nacelles, and then basically got the idea from DJ over at DJ Model Works, and I think it's spot on. Excuse the term, but I'm going to, let me find the end. There it is. What I'm thinking of doing for the aft section with the marker lights is I'm just going to run a piece of fiber optic up through, get it all run through, and then cut it down. Now it might not be bulky compared to how you see the lighting on the kit or the ship, the CGI model and all that, but I think this is going to work best. So basically it's just running that piece of fiber optic there, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the SMD, or I might just run fiber optic for all 3 of these, because the problem is, while I'd like to use the 1.8s back here, anybody that's built this kit also knows there is very little room to run bulbs. I mean, basically all you have is that interior space, and that's not much. So I think I'm just gonna, with the plan there, is I'm just gonna run my fiber optic filaments. Probably still use the white SMDs from Ralph on here, but run fiber optic because the white ones, the navigation, they strobe, but the red and green don't on starboard and port. So guys, that's where we're at. We're still got a ways to go. Still got, you know, got to finish doing some cleanup here, doing some work on this. The big problem is I still got to cut out the photon torpedo launchers. I got to finish shaping this, get this hole closed in a little bit, prep these, get these ready to go. I got to fill the hole back up and re-drill it. I got to run red SMDs for the impulse engine manifold. So it's coming along, guys. We're getting there very slowly but surely, but this is what's gotten done this week. So all the light blocking for the most part's done. Starting prep on the light. Probably what I'm going to do next week, what we're going to get into is actually laying down the grid and getting the lighting started, start testing it, and probably what the first thing I'm going to do is actually get this whole piece constructed up and lighted. Get it good. Get it done. The point is, this is all one piece, so I want to get this all set and ready to go. Because once it's done, it's very simple, just putting this in here and being done. One other side note I want to show you guys, just so you can see. If you are using the photo etch, one little thing you need to be aware of, and get this fit on here right. The transport emitters, I didn't test fit this before I applied it, and that's my bad. This transport emitter is a little too far this way into the hanger. I'm not gonna try to peel it up because it's gonna ruin it. But for the most part, I can just, once I put this on and glue it down, it'll be running right along the edge. So it's fine, but just be careful, guys. Don't make the same mistake I did. Put this together, look how that's gonna come, and if you need to, just move it over, just very minute. So, you know, that's that mistake. And yes, there's gonna be a lot of seam work to have to do once you get this put on, especially there. I wouldn't worry so much about seam work up here. It actually looks fine, but you will have seam work to do down here and underneath to get the hole where you want it. But basically, yeah, so I'm gonna have to move it over to glue it like that, but that's neither here nor there. But just be careful, guys, when you're putting that photo etch on, making sure that it goes into place, so you're not running into the same problem I did. But other than that, we're getting there. It's coming along. You're gonna have to definitely do some seam work up here, and then, you know, once we put the next piece on. The problem with, you know, I try to get as much painting done to the kit as I can, especially with lighting it, but this one, it's almost, I gotta build and do all the lighting and get it all put together and then do the overall paint scheme, which, you know, I'm okay with. So that's the fun part about this, because there's just so many pieces that are getting lit. I don't want to do painting and then because there's so much seam work. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this part, but just when test fitting the saucer section together, yeah, if you look here, right here, I'm gonna have to go back in and do some seam work where it meets down into here, because especially when you put it on the neck onto the secondary hull itself, most of it will be fine, but definitely gonna have this is gonna show up, so you definitely want to take care of these seams. But kind of give you a profile view, that's what she's starting to look like. I'm gonna have to do some seam work here, just on the outside, and then, like I said, when we put this piece on, there's some seam work that's got to be done there, right here and down. But it's what she looks like, guys. Starting to slowly come together, starting to look like a starship. So with that said, I'm gonna put this video together tomorrow, get it uploaded, tomorrow being Saturday, after I go and do a fun 11-mile run after I take a nap and wake up. But I want to thank you guys. It's been a good week so far. Not gotten as far as I want, just kind of the planning stages with the lighting, getting it done. We definitely got the prep work set up, and now it's just setting down and getting it laid out and taking care of the rest of the pieces and making that plan, guys. I can't tell you enough. Plan. I want to thank my new subscribers that have joined me this week. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. So like always, if you have any questions on a technique that I've done or what I'm doing, please leave a comment. If you have an idea, if you have a better way of maybe doing something, please leave it in the comment section. I am open to all feedback. And I usually try to respond within 12 to 24 hours, depends on what's going on. So, guys, thanks for joining me this week on the bench. You have a great weekend, have a great work week, and we'll see you next week on the bench.